Hey YouTube, so today I'm just gonna dive into this movie called Nappily Ever After with Sana Lathan. Yes, girl, I really love this movie, and I just wanted to talk about what this movie, I believe this movie is saying to the natural hair community, but not just the natural hair community, but being a beautiful black queen. Like, I really feel like this movie spoke. Like, I really did. So basically, this movie is starring Sana Lathan, and producer is also Halle Berry. And this movie is based off an actual book called Nappily Ever After. And the author is Trisha R. Thompson. I personally have never read this book, so I'm just talking based off the movie that is on Netflix that I've seen. So if you have Netflix, make sure you watch it. If you have not watched it, you might want to save this video, but I'll try not to give too much away. So I think the definition of this movie, basically from watching it and listening to some of Sana's interviews, I've seen a lot of little mini interviews and clips on YouTube. I watched them and was really listening to her speak. It is doing you, finding your black girl magic. It's one thing to have, you know, pizzazz and confidence and, like, you know, the real world and doing the right thing, but really understanding your magic from within and letting that shine, letting your natural goofiness, silliness, quirkiness, all of that shine through you and embracing it through your natural hair. She was saying that the hair is basically a metaphor for her letting her inner black beauty shine, and representation was very key point that she wanted to bring out in this movie. So without further ado, we're going to get into the themes of Nappily Ever. So the first theme is understanding your natural hair. It's very self-explanatory. That theme was very crucial throughout this entire movie. Probably, if she had known her natural hair, the whole movie wouldn't even exist. So you'll see in the movie where she's going crazy, calling her friend, trying to get to a hairstylist. The hairstylist is just, it was just a mess. And if she had just understood how to do her natural hair, practice. It takes practice to do your own specific natural hair. Everybody's hair is different. When you watch these YouTube videos, their hair is different from yours. So you have to tailor it and just do your own natural hair. It's more so just getting to your hair and just trying to understand it and go ahead and do it. Because if you don't learn and understand your natural hair, I'm telling you, nobody else will. You are the best hairstylist for you, because one, it is a part of you. It is growing off your head. Even if you shave it off one day and it grows back within 2 weeks to a month, baby, it's still natural. It's still there and it's not going anywhere. Theme number 2, shaved head image. At one point, she just lets go and shaves all her hair off. And I love Sana for this clip, because as you all know, and if you don't know, she really shaved off her real head. And a lot of her interviews, she was like, I don't know if I'm about to shave my hair up. Y'all are crazy. But then she really thought about it and got deep into her character and the real meaning of this movie and what it means to be a black woman and grow through this process of having nappy hair, of having black women, you know, natural hair. So she took a step back and really got into the natural hair world and just said, I'm gonna do it because this is what I owe. This is who I am. So I'm gonna really shave my natural hair. And she did. Oh my gosh. Coming with shaved head, you know, you have a lot of stereotypes that can be forced upon you, especially as a woman, of being lesbian. They talk about that in the movie a little bit. And also just not being as beautiful. And I think that's crazy. There are a lot of women out here now who do the big chop and they're looking gorgeous. In fact, I have 2 girlfriends who have done the big chop and have left their hair in a short style for like the past year and a half now. And I tell them, nope, you don't need to grow your hair. You look gorgeous. Sometimes it works for people. It looks beautiful on people. So that was an important theme that she pointed out. And she ended up at one point rocking the short bald look, and she was gorgeous. And you know, that I felt like that was a great theme and representation, because you can do that. You can do that as a black woman, and that is okay. You are gorgeous. So the next thing that I want to talk about is queen power, black woman power. Yes, and I saw that in the movie. My favorite scene was actually this theme. And she, you know, Sana's feeling all, or her name's Violet in the movie. Violet's feeling all, you know, down and depressed because she went ahead and shaved her hair and she doesn't feel pretty. And, you know, a natural feeling. So, girl power. The woman literally came in and was like, well, you gotta own it. That's literally what she said. She told Sana, she said, you have to own it. You're bald now, so own it. And Sana looked at her, she's like, you're right. You're right. And her attitude literally changed. She began to own her hair. You know, she went out in public. She used to have a scarf on. She said no, she didn't wear a scarf. She went out with her bald head and owned it. So that is a very important part. So whatever natural hair phase you're in now, whether you're at a bald phase, you're at a TWA stage, you're at armpit length, bra strap length, waist length, whatever length, you're trying to get more volume, whatever you're working on with your natural hair, own it. Whatever your hair looks like right now, own it. There's a lot of different textures, lengths, everybody owning their natural hair. I see it all over YouTube and my social media, and that's the key, like in life. The next thing that I want to talk about is giving to our young black girls. This is one of my favorite themes as well that they showed in the movie. In the movie, Violet has I keep going back from Violet and Sana, I'm sorry. But Violet has this young girl who was at the salon she was working with, and she was just so cute. First, at the beginning of the movie, her hair, it was natural, but it was kind of like all over the place. But you'll see Sana over here trying to help her out. She is doing a braid out on the young girl's hair, and she's talking to her, you know, just telling her that she's beautiful, because at one point she said she didn't think she was very beautiful. And I think that's super important. That representation is key. Make sure that you get into these young girls' heads. Make sure that you're getting there, because in school they might go to school with people of different races and not think that their natural hair is as beautiful. But I love seeing young girls. I see it on YouTube now, how they're doing, you know, natural hairstyles for middle school girls, natural hairstyles for toddlers, younger girls. And I think that's super, super, super important. So making sure that we're getting back to our younger girls and telling them how beautiful natural hair is, and showing them, teaching them how to do their own natural hair is just as important. So that was another awesome theme in the movie that I had to give it. Next theme, oh my goodness, I love all of these themes just the same. But the next theme was men in natural hair, black men in natural hair. Like, they touched on that too, and I loved it. And it was touched on beautifully. It was touched on by her father. When she first cut off her natural hair, and her mother just was not like, her mom was not feeling it. She went to her dad and she was like, what do I do? And he told her, he said, you are just as beautiful as you were when you had long hair. In fact, it brings out your gorgeous face, and I love it even more. And I said, yes, Dad. Like, I loved that fatherly support. So another instance was the younger girl that Sana was, or Violet, I'm sorry. Violet was not taking care of, but mentoring and talking to. She was like, well, guys always want girls with long hair, long, you know, flowy hair. And he was like, no, they want real. And I was like, all right, that's right. Like, you know, and you know, guys will want what we give. That's what you're gonna get. So let's not, you know, I loved how it's not like, oh, what do they want? Well, this is what I have, and this is what I'm embracing. This is what I'm showing. So that's what you're gonna get, and that's what you're gonna love. And just like that, that's what you get. So I love the support of the black man in this movie. That was also a great theme. And just fathers telling their daughters, like, this is beautiful. I love that. And the last theme that I have for you guys is being in control. And that theme ran literally through the entire movie. You know, you have her with different significant others, one who wants to marry her, but, you know, and then one who liked her for her natural, and the other one who liked her for her straight. You had that romance piece, but at the end of the movie, you saw her kind of like, you know, give control back, you know, trying to go back to one of her lovers, you know, and it kind of took her back, you know, back a few steps from her embracing herself. And she said, oh, no. I was in control. You're not about to come back in here and take over my control. I'm back. No, I'm keeping the control that I have. And she jumps in the pool. Like, it was just a beautiful thing. Another point was she was talking to another guy and he was trying to, you know, like, get back with her. And she was like, no, you can keep that. And she walks away just so liberated and so confident, just like she was at the beginning of the movie, walking with long hair. At the end of the movie, she was walking in confidence and in control of her own life. At the end, being a bald woman. And I loved it. Being in control of your life and your hair. You can do what you need to do what you want. Those were all the themes of the movie. Again, make sure you watch it. Just because I told you the themes doesn't mean you don't watch it, but just go ahead and watch it and try to keep an eye out for the themes. Again, I do think that this movie was an awesome jump kick into the natural hair community. I believe it's staying. So yeah, and also for us women, I believe they had great representation, great artists, great actors. It was all beautiful. So make sure you go ahead and give it a chance and try, and let me know you guys' thoughts on this movie. Let me know if you saw any more themes or your personal experience of finding yourself, like, you know, through your natural hair or through different phases and just becoming your own woman. I'd love to hear about it, and I hope we can share. So I will see you all next time.